And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Whew, hope you enjoyed that lovely brutal OSC as we are back. We have returned here with the semifinals of the 2025 KungFu Cup number 11 StarCraft Evolution Edition. Here we go again. We're going to be featuring a tournament featuring a different mod, a mod here pitting Brood War against SC2. Again, shout out to the team working behind the scenes on the mod. They put in a lot of work on the maps, on the textures, on the balance, on the porting as well. A lot of work has been put into this mod, and if you want to support the team working on this, exclamation mark SC Evo in the chat. Exclamation mark SC Evo, as you can get a link to the Patreon of Team Caprulu, as they put in a lot of work, a lot of effort into this mod. It is very much so a passion project. I believe they're also working on a port of the campaign. I believe they're also working on, alongside just, you know, the competitive aspect of things, also working on that campaign as well, to create a more realistic, a more accurate kind of port of the campaign into SC2. So much stuff to those working behind the scenes as we are getting to our semifinals, getting into our ZvP. ReBellioN just took down Scarlet 2-1, and now we're going to be following ReBellioN into the semifinals into 3 points. Let's go. Let's go. Game 1 is going to be on Sylvan. And again, 3point is a much more well-versed when it comes to the Brood War side of things. In regards to this mod, 3point is one of the best Zerg players in the mod as well, second only to Shin. Shin, of course, our SE2 Korean pro gamer, does devote quite a bit of time into StarCraft Evolution as well. He's one of the few. There are players like Shin, players like Classic, players like Byun and Dark before he had retired, and Hero as well, which do devote some time, which do compete and partake in StarCraft Evolution. But here we go, spawning in the bottom hand corner of Sylphid, we have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the Blue Zerg representing among SE2 people and Team Hyper 1. It is 3point. I'll work on his name. I got you, I got you. Beautiful. And spawning in the top side of Sylphid, we have the SC2 Protoss player, we have the South Korean Protoss representing among SC2 people. It is ReBellioN. Here we go, and welcome one all to Sylphid. We had a crazy game, of course, on Neo Azov Siren on that island map, but here we're going to be spawning into a regular map as well, at least more regular. It is a 3-player spawn map. You can spawn in top side, bottom right, and bottom left as well, so 3 possible spawn locations. And here we do have ReBellioN scouting bottom right, and he will soon find 3 points. We'll soon find him. Again, 3 point is going to be rocking Brood War Zerg. Fun fact, Scarlet never actually played Brood War Zerg. In her previous series, she played Brood War Protoss and Brood War Terran. Didn't even touch Zerg, by the way, which I found quite interesting. But from here, I mean, Zerg does work very differently. You can see hatch before gas before pool. You would assume greedy build here, but the extra macro hatchery is more necessary in Brood War because you have no queen, you have no inject, you need that extra larva. I would say that typically this hatchery is a part of the wall to get some SimCity going, but here to take the expansion instead, so that is more greedy. The base is more exposed, the hatchery is more vulnerable. So again, hatch, gas pool here from 3 point. Meanwhile, ReBellioN going for a standard gate expand into Cybercore. So far, so good. Some players do set it. And typically what we see from here, the tech kind of paths are a little bit more limited from the Brood War side. From Brood War Zerg, we do typically see Ling into Hydra. We see Ling Hydra into fast lurker tech. Otherwise, we could be seeing some Muta play as well. So we'll keep an eye on where the gas is going to be spent. We'll see if we do go for an earlier lair or into an earlier Hydra den. Bearing in mind that Hydra tech is on hatch tech, not on lair tech for Brood War. Probe dips in. Is going to be a Stargate opener out of ReBellioN. So standard play here, going for the Stargate, I would imagine into a third. Into the mid game. Meanwhile, you can see here 3 points still mining gas. So he's intentionally still mining gas here to tech up. Again, either for that den or for the lair. Should be a lair. Otherwise, we would have seen maybe a delay on link speed and faster Hydra den instead. That does move out to scout. Yo, shout out to the bipedal lings. I actually like how they look a lot more. I miss them, Pappy. I miss them. But yeah, if you're maybe watching for the first time, there are custom and unique models and textures for most, I should say, not all, but for most of the Brood War units, including the Brood War Zealots, the Marine, and the Zergling as well. These are not like skins that you can still get in SC2, these are made custom. And there it is, there's the Hydra Den. Okay, so we're going into Ling Hydra. Hydra tech is on the way. Bearing in mind the Hydra is a very different unit than the StarCraft 2 Hydra. The reason for this is because for Brood War side of things, there's no Roach War, right? There's no Roaches, so the Hydra has to be a more well-rounded unit. The Hydra in Brood War is not a light unit, so it does not have the light tag, so it does not take bonus damage from other units like Colossus, for example, or Storm. So the Brood War Hydra is more robust, it's more well-rounded. Likewise on Hatch Tech as well. What you need the lair for, the lair is for lurkers. Tech into lurker. Likewise, the Brood War lurker is also very different as well. It's very different. Has less range. Is more massable. As we are going to be taking out, there's that third base on the way for ReBellioN. Again, just claiming his Stargate opener into a third, standard opener out of ReBellioN. Meanwhile, Void Rays, they do actually go for the expansion here. Anti-air is limited, and the Void Rays, they will kill the expansion. And my apologies, I assume he just opened up Oracle to expand, but no, he opened up double Void Ray. Yeah, the base goes down. And if you recall, we were criticizing, or we did mention, how threepoint was being quite greedy taking this third base just because it was so isolated and so vulnerable, and it does go down. It does go down. Hydras are building up, but not in time to save the expansion. Now we can see the ReBellioN is rotating over to the new third base, but this time there should be Hydras to defend. But Hydras are amassing in the main. They need it at the third. Uh-oh. ReBellioN moving in. Lings, they will hit the third. Back at him, the Oracle does defend, and the Hydras, they do keep up. Yeah, they do keep up. This time the base is saved, but again, they just weren't able to save the initial third base. Threepoint has to double expand. Behind this, building up more Hydras. Getting those Hydra upgrades. Likewise, ReBellioN opening a Void Ray into what? Into Charge Lots. Okay. I assumed working towards Blink, but no. Getting to Zealots. And potentially into Archons. Was threepoint is supply blocked. Is being active. I love the Brood War Hydra as well. As he's headed over towards the third. Void Ray is getting in position. Zealot legs are still not done. Yeah, charge is still on the way. We'll see if ReBellioN can defend with a bare minimum. Stasis trap is there. And, oh, does get baited. Nice moves. Switch from threepoint. Yeah, collapsing. And it's two Void Rays, essentially. The Zealot is not enough here to defend. No shots. Sentry goes down. Oracle as well. Do you have a Desperation Warp in? Oh, trying to hold the line. And it looks like there are just barely not enough Hydras. ReBellioN does hold. ReBellioN is barely holding on. Barely survives again with the bare minimum. And now charge is complete. And the gateways are coming online. Gateways coming online. Temple Archives have completed as well. Working towards Archons. It's still so close. The Archon is barely not done. It's denied. Hydra starting back. They do start her back. And behind this, no drones. Behind this threepoint, he's not droning. He's going for an all-in. So again, a 2.5 base all-in at a threepoint, just rallying everything across the map. His goal here is to just break ReBellioN here and now, and he's so close to doing so. It's been a clutch defense. No Storm. Yeah, there's no Storm. No Storm being researched. Just Charge Lots and Void Rays. So I'll say trade well. Trade well for themselves. Nice kiting here by 3 points. Overwhelms those Zealots. And he's doing it. He is breaking through. The Zealots on their own are not going to be enough. Now we get some High Templar and they can move into Archons, which can help. But again, if only there was Storm back. Ay, ay, ay. As the natural is falling. ReBellion's trying to make a stand, does pull the boys. We're pushing into a concave. As A workers go down, denies mining. Behind this 3 point, just getting another macro hatchery. Trying to spend his money. Getting into drop alerts as well. We have ventral sacks on the way. And then trying to move in, but again, this concave is brutal. Oh my god. Yeah, moves into the concave here, moves into the arc, and 3-point he should overwhelm. He should just completely shut this down. Takes down the Archons, takes down the Void Rays. And there's nothing left. There's nothing left. Hydras, they catch up both Archons. And there's only Zelts. Only a handful of Zelts remaining. The base goes down. And GG gets called. 3-point. He pulls off the all-in. He will take game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Does take lead in the series, does take the first game. Again, ReBellioN, he had a really good start. He had a really good start going for the snipe on that initial hatchery. It was a great start for ReBellioN, but behind it, he was just so greedy when it comes to his tech, when it comes to his setup there. Remember, he barely had anything to defend. He had 2 Void Rays, a Sentry, and a Zealot, and he barely was trying to hold on. His gateways were getting online. But again, he could not slow down 3-point. Could not close that gap. And again, there was no splash damage, right? There was no Storm, there was no Colossus, there was only purely Zealots and Void Ray. And you can see how inefficient that can be. Like, Zealots are not really built to survive these engagements and to build up over time. Not like Blink Stalkers, for example, where you can preserve them. Zealots are more one and done. With that, GG. GG, well played. With that, 3-point does take a lead, and we'll see if ReBellioN can bounce back as we load into game number 2. Gonna be on Bloody Ridge. As roles are now going to be reversed, and it's going to be ReBellion's turn to embrace Brutal Protoss. Let's go. Let us go. Oh. As we're getting into our next game and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Bloody... God, they changed colors. God damn it. Hold on. There we go, spawning in the bottom right corner of Bloody Ridge, we have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the StarCraft 2 Zerg representing Team Hyper 1. It is 3-point. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Brutal Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, also from South Korea, representing among SC2 people. It is ReBellioN. Oh. And ReBellioN being a little bit cheeky here, setting up for a proxy. The probe does move out. And what is our plan? Oh, no, okay, just scouting. Just scouting. I got excited. I saw him rally here specifically, but nah, he just goes down. He goes down, does go for the probe scouts. Behind this, going for a standard opener instead. Now, as we mentioned previously, it is a little bit more common here for the Brutal side of things to open up into and lead into Disruptor drops. Sorry, I keep saying Disruptor. Reaver drops. Oh my god. As we're setting up for the Cannon Rush. I say Cannon Rush, I guess Forge Expand. There's no pylon set up here on the low ground yet, or on the natural. Yeah, just getting ready for the expansion. Interesting. Okay. He is committing. Pylon gets thrown down. Barely, he does not get the Nexus. Sets up for the Cannon Rush. Going down his pylons. Again, does delay his base for this. Boys are being pulled. I'll be honest, I'm not too convinced. The drone is already in position to block the cannon. Uh-oh. Yeah, the drone is getting low and the cannon rush is denied, and this was not quite worth it. This does delay the natural, and ReBellioN now expands, but again, this is a delayed expansion for ReBellioN. Ay. Oh, does kind of keep it going, I suppose. Okay, never mind. Yeah, 2 cannons. 2 cannons on the way. But this time it was a safer opener here out of our Zerg player. It was just Hatch Gas Pool, Spine Crawlers on the way. Setting up his spines. Cancels one of the cannons. There's going to be 1 cannon left. The other should be surrounded. Oof, probe goes down. And this cannon rush shouldn't achieve too much here. I mean, it's forcing delayed mining. It's forcing out Spine Crawlers. True, like there is some damage here. Bit of damage. Getting 3 drones. He off 3 workers, and now it's going to be cleaned up. Should be cleaned up. But this delays so much tech here. Remember, late Nexus, late Cybercore, late tech as a result, whether it's going to be a Robo or a Stargate. I'll be honest, I'm not too convinced. I'm not too convinced. We'll see. We'll see how we do transition out of this. I mean, it's going to be secure with that cannon. Hello. ReBellioN builds move out. A Ninja Mace would make, yeah, Ninja Mace would make sense here. So basically, because of the late tech, because there is no army, right? There's one Zealot and one Dragoon. Technically, ReBellioN cannot expand. He cannot take a third. He'd want to in this kind of game. Say he won a third base, but he cannot take a third. So a Ninja Base would make the most sense if we were to take this Nexus. Citadel is on the way. No shot we're hiding tech, right? No shot. Meanwhile, we just see 3-point going for 2-base lair. We have a 4-minute lair, so early lair timing here out of 3-point. Roach Horns on the way. Looks like aggression out of our Zerg player. Once again, ReBellioN working towards Zealot legs. My eyes are still on this probe. I mean, he wants to expand, but at the same time, he has no money for it. Yeah, throwing out extra gateways. Never mind. Oh, looks like there was a bit of a pause. Hopefully everything's okay. Oh, the Brood War theme. The Brutal OST, let's go. As we have Roach Speed on the way, plus on range as well. No third base yet for 3-point. And he might just commit here on 2 bases. Yeah, there we go. Roach production has begun. Building up roaches. ReBellioN will be expanded. It's been there for a while. I mean, at this point, expanding would be a mistake. At this point, because 3-point isn't taking his own base and he isn't droning, now expanding would not be the play. Zealots are revealed. They're speedy boys. Zealots moving out to working into Dark Archon. Okay, does go for the Ninja Base and is working towards Maelstrom. Interesting. Maelstrom, that is an AoE stun. We featured it earlier from Scarlet, if you recall, when Scarlet played against F91. His way to stun, his way to lock down. Is going to be more valuable against Roaches, true, more so than Storm. I say that, Brood War Storm does hit different. I know. As outside getting called out. And remember, 3-point is 2-base all in. He's 2-base all in, there is no expansion, he's just rallying across the map. Looking to end it. We have a wall of cannons on the way. There's going to be one Maelstrom. Is it going to be enough, though? I mean, the army is choked up, true. But there's no DBS. Yeah, there's no DBS here. Boys are being pulled. Cannons being targeted down. There's just no army. There's nothing here. There's nothing. There's one Dark Archon. And there's the stun. Is Elsa coming from behind? Massive stun, by the way. Jesus. It catches so many roaches. But it doesn't matter, right? There's no DPS. There's no supports. There's nothing to follow up from that stun. Boys are being pulled, and 3-point, he has done it. He has done it. Takes the cannons. I'm loving the Ravager here to wall off. Cheeky move. Does just zone those Zealots away. Shout to the Ravager. And the base is going to fall. And again, ReBellion's Ninja Base does not come into play. He was up against an all-in, so this really hurt him more than anything. And GG gets called. 3-point will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. Ooh. GG, well played. 3-point. He will claim the series. He will advance on. Again, ReBellioN, unfortunately, I mean, we saw nothing but all-ins out of 3-point. ReBellioN, unfortunately, he wasn't able to confirm. I don't think he never scouted. He never saw whether or not 3-point was expanding. We saw that there was no third, and it was just a 2-base all-in, but ReBellioN was unaware. So again, the Ninja Base was hurting him more than anything. He needed to build up an army, but he had nothing. He had a handful of Zealots, and of course the Dark Archons. Like, he had teched up into Dark Archons into Maelstrom, which is great and all, but he was lacking an army to take advantage of that. Just because he was up against an all-in. So taking up in such a way was not the play. Was not the play there. GG, well played. With that, 3-point does make it through, and now we're getting ready for our upper semi-finals. 3-point will advance on to the grand finals, and he's going to be facing off against the winner of Spirit and Kiwian. Let's go.